In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the Haiger 5-watt hang-on back aquarium filter to see if it is the best hang-on back aquarium filter you can buy today. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Haiger 5-watt hang-on back aquarium filter. Haiger very kindly sent this to me in exchange for a review. So I have the product here. So it's in the sort of typical Haiger box. So they do two versions of this. They do the 5-watt and the 7-watt version. This is a 5-watt version, so this comes with a 1-year warranty. It's suitable for a water flow of 79 gallons per hour or 300 litres per hour. It's for 4 to 21 gallon aquariums, which is 15 to 80 litres, and it says it is suitable for fresh water. So what I want to find out today is this the best hang-on back aquarium filter that you can buy today? And to do that, I'm going to be judging it on price, availability and functionality, because there's a lot of hang-on back aquarium filters on the market and they all do something a little bit different. So we'll get this unboxed now and we'll see what we've got inside. Okay, so we'll just get this unboxed. So we've got a cartridge there. So straight away, this is cartridge based. So we've got filter floss, and it feels as though there's maybe some bio media inside there as well. So we've got the intake strainer. Yep. So we've got the intake strainer, which has got pre-filter sponge on it, which is really handy. This will make sure that no baby fish and shrimp and anything will get sucked up into the filter. So that's always a handy thing to have. So I think that's just a smaller, yeah. So you get that one with the intake sponge, and then you also get a smaller one as well if you need to use that. So we'll place those there, sort of thing, which I think might be to hold the filter in place against the side of the glass of the tank, but we'll discover that in a minute. So we've also got the pump. So we've got the pump just here. There's the pump. Obviously this is UK version, so it's got the UK plug on it. It's got the instructions, which we might need those, you never know. I'm terrible at reading instructions. And then we have the filter, which is just here. So there is the filter. So if we take the lid off, we've just got the lid there. And inside we've got a bag of these sort of plastic balls, like bio balls, I guess. I've not seen those before in any of the filters I've bought. Let's take them out of the bag actually so you can see those better. There you go. Which I'll be honest, when I saw it on videos, I thought it looked a lot chunkier. That doesn't look too bad to me. So I think this top part comes off, possibly. There we go. And then inside we've got a cartridge, which is the same as the other one. So we've got two. So you get one in the filter and you get a spare one, which is great. Really good value. So we'll drop that in there. In fact, I don't know if you could see, there's actually two slots here. So I think you could use both of these cartridges together if you wanted to. But we'll just try it with one for now. So we pop that in there. A cool little thing, really. So the pump, so that sits on top like that. That just sits on top like that. Okay, so we've pushed the pump into position just there. And then if we just fit the intake just on the bottom like so. There we go. You can see there that we've got the pump in position. The cable, there's this sort of channel which goes side here, just to keep the cable out of the way, which is really cool. So that just keeps that cable out of the way. I'm not entirely certain where these are supposed to go. There's no mention of them in the instructions, so I know in the top section here, before the water drops through these grills, there's space there, so I'm just going to put them in there. I've seen other people do this, so why second guess it? I'll just pop those in there. There we go. And then we will pop the lid back on. Like so. And that looks as though that is ready to go. So we've got our spare cartridge there, we've got the other intake strainer, and then we've just got this little grommet which sits, if you look underneath, so just underneath the filter here, there's a little, just there, the little hole. So we'll place that in there. Okay, so that is now ready to go on the tank. So we've also got a flow control just here, so we can increase the flow or decrease the flow, which is a really cool feature. So yeah, we're just going to get this on the tank now. Okay, so I'm going to set it up on this tank. So currently I'm using this, which is the Seachem Tidal 35 hang-on back filter. This is considered the best hang-on back filter in the market, based on the fact that you can add and change media. Well, even though the Haiger one is a cartridge based, obviously you could take that cartridge out and just fill it full of media if you wanted to. So we're just going to install it on the other side here. So I'm just going to install it right here for now. Okay, so just taking you off the tripod for a second. So yeah, so there's the Seachem Tidal 35, which I'm currently using. And here's the Haiger 5-watt hang-on back filter just here, as you can see. If I stand back a little bit, in terms of chunkiness in the tank, there's not really much difference there. So we'll turn this on in a minute. As I say, it does have a flow controller there. The Seachem is considered the best filter, or the best hang-on back filter, because you can take this off and you can actually put any media you want in there. But having said that, pop that back on there. You could also do the same with this. You don't have to use, you see the cartridge there, you don't have to use that cartridge. You could fill that bottom chamber there with media if you wanted to. Get that plugged in. The other thing as well, straight away, is you'll notice that the pump is inside the tank. That means that this does not need priming. Many hang-on back filters, you have to fill the actual chamber with water before you turn them on. And in the event of a power cut, you would have to do the same again. With this one, you shouldn't have to. The pump is inside the tank, as you can see there, just here. And it's the same on the Seachem Tidal, which is just there. So we should be able to just turn this on now. So I'll just do that now. That's filling up now. And there we go, that is now running. So straight away, it's pretty quiet in comparison to the Seachem. Can't really hear it at all, it's almost silent. So there it is, that's fully working now. And as I say, we've got this flow controller just here. So we can go, is that slower and that the other way is faster? You think if that was, I mean, obviously with mine, I keep them on the side of the tank. That's just because I'm heavily planted at the back and there's not a lot of room for that filter to go in there. So I like to just leave them on the side. They can be a bit of an eyesore. But again, if I was not using the Seachem and I was using the Haiger is actually smaller. So yeah, I'm not really seeing anything not to like at the moment. But I'll put the camera down and we'll have a quick chat about it. So there you go, you can see that it's installed on our tank just over here, and yeah, it's working well. Everything's sort of set up nice and easy, only took a few minutes to install it. This is a 45 litre tank, so that is perfect for that. Of course, I'm not going to be using it because I'm using the Seachem Tidal 35, which is already fully cycled, so I'll continue to use that. But I do have a project lined up where I'll be using that Haiger hang-on back filter in that. So at the start of the video, I asked the question, is this the best hang-on back aquarium filter you can buy? And the reason I mentioned that was because for 3 reasons: price, availability, and functionality. So if we look at the price, so the Seachem Tidal, which is just there, that retails around sort of £60. I'm not sure what that would be in conversions, but that's how much I paid for that one. The Haiger one, as it stands today, is around half the price. And let's see what you're getting. So you're getting the functionality that the pump is inside the tank, so you don't have to prime it first. In the event of a power cut, it will restart itself, so that's a big checkbox for me. The second one is, can you use your own filter media? Well, yeah, absolutely you could. At the moment it has a cartridge in it, but you could take that out and you could put some of your own filter media down at the bottom. You couldn't put too much in because there is that big opening where the waterfall comes out. So obviously if you were using like bio balls and things, they might just fall out unless you're in a bag. But there's no reason why you couldn't put them in a bag. That would work fine as well. You've also got that top compartment, which has got the plastic balls in it at the moment, which I need to double check that I've got those in the right place because they don't all fit. So I'm not sure what's going on there. But you could put some small sort of noodles, bio noodles and things in there as well. So that's a bonus. So you can customize it. It's got the flow controller on the top, so you can adjust that flow, which is great. The other thing is that you've got the intake tube with the pre-filter sponge on it. Now, of course, you could fit a pre-filter sponge to other hang-on backs, but if I was to compare it just for a moment to the Seachem Tidal, you'll see with the Seachem Tidal 35, it does not have that sort of intake tube. So the grills are quite wide, so baby fish and shrimp could get sucked into that. The reason they're wider on the Seachem Tidal is because it's for it's a surface skimmer, it's a built-in surface skimmer, which of course you're not getting that with the Haiga, but from what I've seen so far and considering its price point, I think that it's a very good filter. You're getting a lot of functionality on there. Everyone who follows the channel will know that one of my favourite types of filter is the hang-on back filter. I really have a soft spot for them. I think they combine the sort of functionality of an external filter, an external canister filter, with the ease of setup of an internal filter. The only thing really with hang-on backs is they can be a bit ugly, can be a bit of an eyesore. Obviously this Haiga one is quite bulky, as is the Seachem, so it's not a case of, you know, one is better than the other in that regard. But I think when you sort of weigh up the whole thing and you weigh up the cost, I think it's very hard to argue against this being probably not the best one on the market, but certainly one of the best, you know, for all the reasons I mentioned, you know, price, availability, functionality. So if you're interested in buying this filter, I'll leave some links in the description. There is a link for UK buyers and there is a link for buyers if you're in the US. So yeah, if you're looking for a filter for, you know, a smallish tank like this, or even a slightly bigger one, I'd say they do two versions, the 5 watt and 7 watt, then certainly give it a shot. I think for the money, you can't really go wrong. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do all that stuff. See you next time. Bye-bye.